Today is Good Friday, and I wanted to read you a special story from our Tiny Truths Bible from our classroom. It's the story about Jesus going to the cross for us, and then what happens on Sunday when we celebrate Easter. So I know a lot of you have probably been talking with your families about Good Friday and what Easter means. So I just wanted to share this little story. Okay, so here is where we're going to start when Jesus was taken up to the cross. Jesus was led to a place where criminals were taken, even though he was God's perfect son who had never done anything wrong. There, just outside the city, he allowed himself to be punished like a criminal, and then he died, which might have been the end of the story, except it wasn't. This was part of God's plan. Jesus' death would lead to new life for everyone. It would lead to restoration, which means making things right again. It looked like a terrible ending, but it was actually an unbelievable new beginning. Later that day, Jesus' body was wrapped in cloth and laid in a special place called a tomb in a garden. An enormous stone was rolled in front of the tomb's door, and 2 guards stood by the stone so that no one could get in or out, and everything was dark. 2 days later, early in the morning, a group of women who loved Jesus went to the garden. They were sad because they thought this was the end of the story, and they wanted to see Jesus one more time. As they walked, they wondered how they would be able to move the huge stone in front of the tomb. "Who will roll it away for us?" they asked each other. But when they arrived in the garden, they saw something they were not expecting. Someone had moved the stone. "Don't be afraid," said a voice. There on top of the enormous stone was an angel. "I know you're looking for Jesus. He's not here. He is alive again. Come and see." The women peered into the dark tomb. It was empty. They were overjoyed, amazed, and terrified all at once. Could Jesus really be alive? Was the story not over after all? "You must go and tell the disciples," said the angel. So the women ran as fast as they could. But suddenly someone appeared right in front of them. It was the one person they had most wanted to see. It was Jesus. He really was alive. They rushed to him. "Lord," they cried. "Don't be afraid," he said. "Go and tell my friends everything." The disciples were hiding. They were sad that Jesus had died and frightened that they might be taken away too because they were his friends. The women rushed in, bursting with excitement over their incredible news. "Jesus is alive," they shouted, but the men didn't believe them. Before long, Jesus himself appeared. At first, the disciples were terrified. They thought he was a ghost. "Don't be afraid of me," he told them. "I am not a ghost. Come and touch me and see. Give me something to eat. I'm hungry." And the disciples were full of joy and wonder. Jesus was really alive. They couldn't hardly believe what was happening. "You saw everything I did and heard what I taught you," Jesus said to them. "You've seen everything that has happened to me. Now I want you to go everywhere and tell everyone about it. Go and make new disciples, people like you who will love me and follow me. Tell everyone about my love and forgiveness. Teach them to obey everything I have taught you, to live the way God wants you to live. And remember, I will always be with you wherever you go." And that is a wonderful love story from Jesus to us because he loves us so much. He loves you so much. So you guys, happy Easter. I love you, and I wish that this week, this Easter break, and this Easter time is a really special time with your families. But I will see you soon. Bye, guys.